Hi, so I wanted to make a quick video showing everyone out there how you can use sliders in Desmos to teach transformations. Basically, how you can see that how changes in an equation affect the shape of a graph. So I'm going to go ahead and use linear equations just for simplicity, but this process works for any graph you can use. So let me kind of start with probably what you've done before. We've probably all taught equations and transformations this way. You may have your students on their graphing calculators graph some different equations. Say maybe y equals then 2x plus 2 to see what that does to the graph. Maybe you try doing y equals 3x to see that that's steeper. We've probably all done things like that, and that's great, although it's kind of boring, I think. It's not very interactive. And Desmos can make this way cooler, in my opinion. So here's how sliders work. What I'm going to do, rather than type in an equation like y equals 2x, I'm going to type in something like y equals a times x plus b. And so I see right away I'm given this option where I can add sliders into my equation. Desmos will automatically recognize that any variables, I think, besides x and y, are probably things you want to make sliders. So I'm going to go ahead and I could add those individually. I'm going to add all of them. And what this does then is it allows me to very quickly, very interactively change these values. And so I can see that if I were to do this on the board or have my students try this, I could see that, well, as that number in front of x gets bigger, my line gets steeper, the slope increases. Or if it gets smaller, my slope flattens out. And then I could go all the way to negative and see, ooh, my graph is reflected. Okay, I can do that same thing with the b value, the y-intercept, and I can see that, oh, changing that value seems to make my graph increase or vice versa. So again, very interactive, much more dynamic than having a student graph just individual graphs by hand. One thing that I really like about this too is the play feature over here. So you can just kind of hit one of those buttons and then walk away and it'll just move up and down. And you can change these values here if you don't want it to move as high or if you want it to move higher or lower, I guess. And you can walk away and talk about it and have students just kind of watch that graph move around. So let's see, just one last thing that I like to do as well when I'm teaching transformations is, besides including that interactive changing dynamic equation, I like to also include the parent function. And you can go ahead and change colors and change settings here. Give me 1 second. So you can go ahead, sorry, I thought it was down here. That's to turn it on or off. You can use the gear setting up here, and you can change the color of that line, and also what I do for the parent function, just make it a dashed line so it doesn't stand out as much. And so now when I go ahead and change some of these values, let's play the slope button this time, I can see that there's the parent function in the background, making it very, very easy to compare to the parent function and describe what is happening to the graph. And so that's what I really like to do. Ever since I've learned about sliders, I never teach transformations of graphs the same way. I will always use Desmos. And like I said, I've shown a very simple linear equation, although you can, I guess the sky's the limit. You can use whatever equation you want, add as many sliders as you want to really make this interactive and make this really cool for your students when you teach this topic.